Okay, we are cutting across now to the swearing ceremony of Pushkar Dhami, all set to take oath as the next Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. Remember, he is the third CM that has taken oath within a period of 4 months. As you will see now, the ceremony is all set to begin. There you see the man of the moment, Pushkar Dhami, all set to take oath as the new Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. Ahead of the ceremony, Dhami met his predecessors, Tirath Singh Rawat, Trivendra Singh Rawat, and also BC Khaduri earlier this morning. We are looking at live pictures right now. Let me go across to Ishita Mishra, Times of India, from the Times of India, Uttarakhand, joining us on the phone line. Ishita, you have been, of course, updating us with the latest from Uttarakhand, but right now we are at the moment where the new Chief Minister is all set to take oath. This has come amidst, a lot of criticism over how the state has seen a change of guard for as many as 4 times within a period of 3 times at least within a period of 4 months. Not something which is commonly seen. So a lot of recent developments that have caused political turmoil as well within the BJP and has necessitated yet another change of guard.
Uh, yes, so obviously, even the BJP party men are addressing and admitting this fact that elections are not going to be an easy task for them because there is the change of guard again and again, and opposition Congress got enough opportunity to attack BJP on this. Even the party right now has a lot of dissent within as well, which is going to make the assembly poll scheduled early next year very tough for BJP, because obviously those who some very, very top leaders who have joined BJP from Congress were looking this third CM appointment as an opportunity that maybe they will be felicitated this time by the party for supporting them by leaving their old parties. But even this time they got nothing. So some very senior leaders from the top brass of BJP in Delhi spend their day calling those people, those ministers in BJP, pacifying them that their grievances will be addressed and they will also get some opportunity. There were rounds of meetings at the house of Uttarakhand Tourism Minister Satpal Maharaj and then BJP Chief Madan Kaushik as well earlier in the day. And as we see that oath-taking ceremony is all set to start, it feels that BJP managed to slow down the dissent at least for now, but things are not going to be a cakewalk for BJP in the days to come.
Right, and when you say that, it's interesting because, of course, like we have been saying, Pushkar Singh Dhami is now going to be sworn in. He is the third change of Chief Minister for a state. But when we talk about the last Chief Minister, Trivendra Singh Rawat, it seems there were certain technical difficulties also for him to continue since he had to get elected to the assembly, and that process sort of did not take off.
Yes, so basically, Tirath Singh Rawat got an opportunity to contest a by-poll from Salt constituency that took place along with West Bengal polls, but something went wrong. Actually, he claimed that he was suffering with COVID at that time. The nominations for by-polls were happening around the time of Holi, and at that time, Tirath Singh Rawat was in isolation because he was suffering from COVID. That is why he could not participate in the third by-poll. And after that, there is no by-poll scheduled in the state in the days to come. Though we have a couple of constituencies vacant, including the Gangotri, whose MLA has recently died of COVID, but we still don't know that why the state didn't approach EC with a request to conduct by-poll, and Tirath has been asked to move out by the party high command in Delhi.
Yes, about Pushkar Dhami, Ishita, what can you share with us? What, moved the chips in his favor that finally he was chosen to be the next CM? What was his claim to fame?
So basically in BJP, we still don't know anything, why we choose somebody, what is the KRA, because nobody has ever expected the name of Tirath Singh Rawat as well when he was announced as the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. He was an MP. from Pori, and his name came as a surprise when there were many other big names, including HRD Minister Mr. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank's name was also in the air, was in the buzz. So there is no particular statement from the party that why Pushkar Singh Dhami has been chosen as the new Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. But yes, if we talk about Pushkar Singh Dhami, he is a very clear-faced politician, non-controversial face who was having good terms with both Trivendra and even Tirath. Also, it is expected that after choosing two chief ministers from Garhwal in Uttarakhand in last 4 years, this time BJP is expected to give an opportunity to somebody from Kumaon. Pushkar Singh Dhami is from Kumaon. Also, he is a close aide of some very top politicians in Delhi.
Okay.
This is what is being said, and I think that has worked in his favor here.
Okay, that's interesting. Ishita, we are also told that he's considered to be close to former Chief Minister Bhagat Singh Koshyari, and he was previously, in fact, an advisor to Bhagat Singh Koshyari. Is there some sort of a balancing act also being done? Like you said, the Kumaon Garhwal faction, and he's also a much younger contender this time compared to the previous chief ministers.
Right. So this is what I said, that he has some close association even with the current top brass in BJP, and he's a politician with a clear face. He is non-controversial. Also, he's balancing the Kumaon Garhwal politics. He's also balancing this Brahmin Thakur politics in Uttarakhand, because Madan Kaushik, the BJP chief in Uttarakhand, is a Brahmin. It is expected, and if we talk about this caste-based system, which is going on in Uttarakhand since long. If whatever ruling party is there, there were very few occasions when both the chief minister and party chief belongs to the same caste and from the same region. So Madan Kaushik, who's the BJP chief, is a Brahmin and from Garhwal. He is Pushkar Singh Dhami is from Kumaon, and I think this is how they manage to deal with this region and caste politics in Uttarakhand.
Okay, Mirror Now Managing Editor Vinay Tiwari joining us on the phone line. Good afternoon, Vinay. We've been, of course, bringing out on the channel that, this kind of a change of guard is leading to a lot of instability in a state like Uttarakhand. At the moment, of course, we are standing by to witness the swearing-in ceremony, but this is again the third change of guard within a period of 4 months. For a state like Uttarakhand, isn't that extremely unusual? I mean, there mustn't be too many precedents of such a thing in the country.
Look, I mean, in Uttarakhand, for instance, ever since the state was formed, except for one chief minister, Narendra Tiwari, none of them have ever completed a term. There are 11 chief ministers in about 21 years of the state's existence. So Uttarakhand, in that sense, has had a history of chief ministers not lasting their term. Of course, none of the ministers have kind of broken the record that we've set recently, where we've seen 3 in the last 4 months. From the BJP changing ground. And I think that's where the BJP's biggest headache is ahead of elections. In fact, Afrida, the visuals that we are showing right now has at least calmed one particular nerve that the BJP was extremely worried about since morning, and that was whether Mr. Satpal Maharaj, who we all know was extremely upset over being overlooked yet again for the chief minister's post. He seems to be sitting there. We still have to, spot some of the other leaders who've been very upset with the announcement of Mr. Pushkar Singh Dhami as the new chief minister. So for the BJP, the biggest worry ahead of the elections is the factionalism. And there can be no better indicator of that, Afrida, than the fact that you should see what Mr. Dhami has done in the last 24 hours since he was announced as the new CM. He's actually gone and visited and met each of the previous chief ministers of the state. He first went and met Mr. Trivendra Singh Rawat, then he went and met Mr. Tirath Singh Rawat. And this morning he's gone and met Mr. Satpal Maharaj as well. So obviously he's quite aware that there are different competing, factions within the party. Some of whom were not particularly pleased with the idea of a completely, a new name in the ring, so to speak. The other challenge for the state of Uttarakhand and for the citizens is that, remember, Mr. Dhami has absolutely no administrative experience. He's a 2-time MLA. He's never been a minister before, and he's never ever held any administrative post. So for him to be able to guide and lead the government at a very difficult time when they're heading into the election, plus the state reeling under a very serious setback on court orders on how they conducted the Kumbh Mela and then the Char Dham. And of course, a lot of the scams that surrounded the Kumbh Mela administration that was deeply embarrassing for the party, all of them need to be handled by somebody who frankly has no experience in administration. You're right that he was the OSD to Mr. Bhagat Singh Koshyari. He's also pretty close to Rajnath Singh at the central government level, in central leadership level. But if you see what's happened in the last 24 hours, and the fact that a lot of the MLAs are not very happy to see Mr. Dhami currently taking charge is really the big challenge for BJP, Afrida.
Yes, Vinay, thanks for those perspectives. But also important to understand here, Vinay, that is he a consensus candidate? You're telling us that clearly there are different factions with competing, agendas. But is he a right person in that sense? I mean, we understand he doesn't have the administrative experience that you mentioned, but politically, would he serve as a consensus candidate?
Pretty obviously, the BJP has gone for a safer option, so to speak. I mean, Mr. Dhami also has an RSS background. He was, he's an ABVP leader as well, and that plays its part in the way BJP decided to seek the serial candidate. It's pretty clear that they kind of came and announced that name. It wasn't as if every single MLA was on board with it privately. They would express their unhappiness. But yes, he was the safer option simply because, I heard in the last 72 hours or so, there were in fact moments where people suggested that probably the party should bring back Mr. Trivind Singh Rawat as the chief minister because he's led the state before and he's got some experience with being the chief minister and will ensure that there is administrative continuity. The party obviously decided against it because that would have possibly created even more factionalism with Mr. Tirth Singh Rawat not liking it particularly. Remember, in his short tenure, Mr. Tirth Singh Rawat even publicly disagreed with his predecessor's policies and certain decisions as well. Now, that kind of open disagreement between two, recent chief ministers is not something very common. I mean, we don't see that very often in the BJP. We've seen that recently in Karnataka, for instance. But for them to express their disagreement so openly is not that common to the BJP. That's a new and a recent phenomenon for that party. So pretty obviously, he was the safest choice. He is also a younger leader. Also non-controversial and not exactly aligned to one faction which is currently battling each other. So that's definitely one reason. I think the other reason Ishita pointed out that he comes from the Kumaon region. And Uttarakhand does have this division between the Garhwal and the Kumaon regions for sure.
Right. Vinay, thanks for joining us. We are listening in now to the oath-taking ceremony taking place right now.
मैं पुष्कर सिंह धामी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा। मैं उत्तराखंड राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात, अनुराग या द्वेष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों के प्रति संविधान और विधि के अनुसार न्याय करूंगा। मैं पुष्कर सिंह धामी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि जो विषय उत्तराखंड राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में मेरे विचार के लिए लाया जाएगा अथवा मुझे ज्ञात होगा उसे किसी व्यक्ति या व्यक्तियों को तब तक के सिवाय जबकि ऐसे मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों के सम्यक निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित हो मैं प्रत्यक्ष अथवा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संसूचित या प्रकट नहीं करूंगा। चलिए धन्यवाद।
माननीय राज्यपाल महोदया जी ने माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी की सलाह पर जिन महानुभावों को उत्तराखंड राज्य का मंत्री नियुक्त किया है उनके नाम इस प्रकार हैं। श्री सतपाल महाराज सदस्य विधानसभा, डॉक्टर हरक सिंह रावत सदस्य विधानसभा, श्री वंशीधर भगत सदस्य विधानसभा, श्री यशपाल आर्य सदस्य विधानसभा, श्री बिशन सिंह सदस्य विधानसभा, श्री सुबोध उनियाल सदस्य विधानसभा, श्री अरविंद पांडे सदस्य विधानसभा, श्री गणेश जोशी सदस्य विधानसभा, डॉक्टर धन सिंह रावत सदस्य विधानसभा, श्रीमती रेखा आर्य सदस्य विधानसभा, श्री यतीश्वरानंद, सदस्य विधानसभा। श्री सतपाल महाराज जी कृपया शपथ ग्रहण हेतु पधारने का कष्ट करें।
मैं सतपाल महाराज ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा। मैं उत्तराखंड राज्य के मंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात, अनुराग या द्वेष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों के प्रति संविधान और विधि के अनुसार न्याय करूंगा। मैं सतपाल महाराज ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि जो विषय उत्तराखंड राज्य के मंत्री के रूप में मेरे विचार के लिए लाया जाएगा अथवा मुझे ज्ञात होगा, उसे किसी व्यक्ति या व्यक्तियों को तब तक के सिवाय जबकि ऐसे मंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों के सम्यक निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित हो, मैं प्रत्यक्ष अथवा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संसूचित या प्रकट नहीं करूंगा।
श्री डॉक्टर हरक सिंह रावत जी कृपया शपथ ग्रहण करने हेतु पधारने का कष्ट करें।
मैं डॉक्टर हरक सिंह रावत ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा।
Let's go back to Mirror managing editor Vinay Tiwari on the phone line with us. Vinay, if you can give us some context to Satpal Maharaj being sworn in. You were mentioning that it's interesting that he's also present today. Not just present, he's also been sworn in as a minister in the cabinet.
Yes, so Satpal Maharaj was in the cabinet previously as well. He was one of the senior ministers there. So were the other five MLAs who we know, or at least the sources have told us, who were not very happy with the choice of Mr. Dhami. The other four being Harack Singh Rawat, another senior leader who saw himself as a possible CM candidate as well. And apart from Satpal Maharaj and Harack Singh Rawat, there was also senior ministers like Yashpal Arya and Bishan Singh Chupal, and of course Subodh Dunia. These are the 5-6 people who appeared to be not so happy. In fact, there was a meeting, we are being told by sources, that happened in Satpal Maharaj's residence earlier today to discuss this particular issue. And I think that is what made the Secretary of Bishop a little nervous, because if you have them as part of the new cabinet and they don't turn up for the hearing, for the swearing in, it can be fairly awkward. But I think the immediate crisis seems to have been staved off. They've come, they've joined the cabinet, they are being sworn in as we speak, and that kind of solves the imagery and the problem as of now. But I think the big question will remain on how these leaders who are not so happy with the new choice behave or perform over the next couple of months or so, because it's a very crucial period for the BJP. It's a state that they put a lot of prestige and stake on it. The Hindi speaking North Indian state are part of India where the BJP would expect to dominate the elections. The last thing they would need or want is to get embroiled in controversies over factionalism and dissidence and politically perform not so well as possibly would be expected of leader.
Yes, thanks Vinay for joining us and giving us the important insights into this big story. The swearing in ceremony of the new Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Pushkar Dhami, is taking place right now, along with senior cabinet ministers also being sworn in. Let's take a short break here. News and updates continue on the other side. Stay with Mirror now.